Tell me it gets better. Say that it gets better. O.P.S. I'm gay-ish.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that, hallelujah, is raining menopause.
Are we going to go through menopause too?
Yes, ass menopause. It really dries up even more.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
We're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality.
The good news is you no longer have your monthly cycle of butt ache.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Or hemorrhoids.
Your monthly chlamydia.
Really, I bleed from my ass more than monthly. Today we're going to talk about
Vaginas.
vaginas.
Why are we talking about vaginas, Mike?
Nope, but first.
Oh, but first. Suspense. Who knows why?
I'm postponing the inevitable. I realize that, but that needs to happen for my own.
Okay.
Because we're going to do news.
News.
Is that okay?
I guess doing the same thing we've done in the past, 70 episodes is okay. Sure. I'm okay.
Do you consent?
I consent.
All right. So we're in some weird limbo zone, right? Like, we're not sure when this episode is going to air, or are we sure?
I think we're sure.
So even though we were at the Portland Podcast Festival last weekend, that's not going to come out until later.
That'll be a couple weeks.
So I don't remember what I said last week.
Oh.
That it is order dependent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The episode after this, I might sound dumber than usual, and so might you.
I mean, that's par for the course. Yes, we were just at the Portland Podcast Festival, had a great time there, got hit on by a female lady, I assume, or presented female. She licked your face.
Well, fuck, that was my straightest thing of the week. Kyle, you just ruined it.
Ah, shit. I mean, it can still be the straightest thing, because that still is. She touched my back. Anyway, but we will be posting our live show in a couple weeks, and I'm excited for y'all to hear that. I had a great time.
I had a great time too.
Great.
I also got very drunk.
Yes, that's part of the great time.
Yeah. So this is the first episode since the election. So I wanted to talk about the election really quick.
The midterms?
Yeah, the midterm election. It was very, very good for LGBT people.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of your feelings about the rest of the outcome of the election, LGBT people fucking rocked it.
Yeah.
So I talked about this at the live show, so I'm not going to repeat all of it, but I do want to belabor.
No, okay.
I want to go into belabor and deliver a baby.
Tell us that news.
So Kate Brown was the United States' first openly queer governor. She was elected in a special election in 2016. She was actually reelected for a full term this week for state of Oregon. Fantastic. Jared Polis is the Colorado governor, and he's openly gay. The first openly gay man to be elected to governor of a state. Sharice Davids, who we talked about on this show and ogled her massive biceps.
Oh my God. Okay. So first of all, we have huge swaying power in whatever state she got elected
Sharice,
to.
be in our show. We got you elected.
You're welcome. It's not all the work and dedication and support that you've gotten. It's
or fear that you engendered in your constituents who did not want their asses kicked.
Because she's a fucking kickboxer.
MMA fighter.
I was going to say weirdly attracted to her, but it's not weird at all. It's because she has giant arms, and my interest in giant arms knows no gender.
Apparently not. You were like into it.
Oh my God, she's like flexing.
Yeah.
She what state is it?
Kansas. So there's actually 2 Native American women that were elected to Congress, but that's the first time that there's been a Native American female headed to Congress. And she is a lesbian, and she is the first lesbian going to Congress from Kansas. Not surprising. I mean,
yeah,
it's Kansas.
It's Kansas. Right? Yeah. This year they're not sending a piece of corn in the mail. They're actually sending a person.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Just here's all of our new congressmen from Kansas, and one of them is just a corn with googly eyes glued onto it.
And for the 30th vote in the row, the Kansas corn abstains and it does not speak.
Mr. Corn yields back his time. I think my favorite of the whole election, Kim Davis, the local Kentucky.
She
What
worked
the
at
fuck
like
was
a
she?
office of marriage
She
bureau.
was a county clerk.
Oh, okay.
Kim Davis was a county clerk in Kentucky, and she refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, citing religious rights.
Yeah, right after Flurburgerbeld happened.
Yep, exactly. Oh, it's back. You're out of practice. I get it. We haven't talked about a Burgerfell in a while.
Yeah.
But she did not win her re-election bid.
That's so surprising.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So she's out.
She's not, but I mean, out of a job.
Out of the job. She lost her job because
She's
she
not
lost her
out.
election.
She's not out.
Oh, God, no.
Although it might make sense. People that are that hating of gay people tend to just end up being gay themselves.
Right? Yeah. Any guesses what she's decided to do now that she's no longer going to be the county clerk?
Oh my gosh, is she like running just a orphanage for male-female partner bunnies or something?
You're very close. She's announced that she's going to be an evangelical priest.
Okay.
Pastor.
I mean, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
Where are the bunnies going to go then?
I don't know.
They might, what if they hump each other?
Oh
Like
my-
male humping.
Oh, my God. Okay. This is not our usual format to jump into our topic during the news.
What?
And my ex-wife referred to her vagina as bunnies. Like...
Wait. Okay, the most is plural?
yes, plural. Yeah.
What? Why?
When she wanted me to go down on her, she would say, "I want you to lick bunnies." Great. Okay, moving on real fast because I don't want to.
We're stopping there? I'm still processing. There's a lot that just I can't. Oh,
Once again, a reminder that I was with a woman for a really long time. Okay. Are you ready to move on?
I can't. Can we end the podcast? Can we wrap up? Well, this is Gayish.
I'm Mike Johnson.
Kyle Guess. We're Johnskis. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, great. This week is what?
I can't. Sorry. Okay. Yep.
No.
Keep going. Push through.
No. Easter has been real weird ever since.
What's in that basket? Okay, keep going. I won't. Okay.
Okay, great. This week is Trans Awareness Week. We didn't miss it this year. Yeah, it's Trans Awareness Week, which is always the second week of November. Regardless of whether it touches or not, it's meant to lead up to November 20th, which is the Trans Day of Remembrance, which we're supposed to take some time out to remember that trans people get fucking murdered.
Yeah.
Way more than your average bear.
Yep,
And
for sure.
That we should have a moment of reverence about that.
Yeah. And so, like, Awareness Week, it's particularly important this year, given there's been a lot that the administration has done to
Fuck shit up
per use. So trans people, which can be referred to transgender people, but there are also a variety of other people that fall in the trans umbrella, like intersex people,
Yeah.
and all the rest,
And others.
etc. And we should be aware of them. Fuck. I feel the distinct need to look up the other groups that fall under the transgender umbrella, given it's Trans Awareness Week, and I can't list another thing. What I learned recently, there used to be trans with a star, which meant the broader term of trans, which was inclusive of intersex, non-binary. But I learned recently, because someone corrected me on Twitter, which was very much appreciated, they don't use the star anymore because they say, like, trans people are trans people. You don't have to, like, distinguish one form of trans versus another. It doesn't make a difference. So it also includes anyone who is not exclusively masculine or feminine, like genderqueer, non-binary, bigender, pangender, gender fluid, agender. So there are a lot of different people that can fit under that term.
Well, and I wonder if there are terms that actually, if we were to, like, study it and dissect it, it'd turn out that we have multiple terms for actually the same thing.
Oh, probably. One, we shouldn't dissect any trans people on this show.
Well, that's true, especially not on Trans Awareness Week.
Okay, other weeks, though. But yeah, I think, like, bisexual and pansexual, I think at this point are just becoming the same word, just different way of saying it. So
Great.
yeah.
Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing that I have, I don't know why I'm so tickled by this. Maybe it's because I'm turning 40 this week. Mm-hmm. But Emil Rettelband, a Dutch man who is 69 years old, has started a legal battle with the Dutch government to change his age on his birth certificate from the 11th of March 1949 to the 11th of March 1969. He really feels like he's 49 and says that it's like being transgender. I'm trans age. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I saw this story, and I think it's the same kind of thing that people say of like, oh, I feel like a truck. I should change my gender to a truck. And it's like,
or like Rachel, what's her name? Rachel Dolezal.
Yep.
I'm transracial.
Yeah.
I feel black.
Yeah. Because like there's a very, that it's like, just because you fit in with a culture of people or an ethnicity of people, like doesn't make you that ethnicity. Whereas age, though, is not, that's a different category of thing. And age is just defined as the linear amount of time you've been on the earth. Like there.
Wow. That's the most scientific thing I think you've ever said.
Hello, my name is Kyle. I love science, and I know words to describe the science things I say. Yeah, so I just think that's stupid. It's either someone trying to make a point or someone that genuinely feels frustrated with. I saw something about like putting on his dating profile and
nobody
like,
will date me. Like this is what strikes fear into my heart.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm going to be 40. Nobody will date me.
Yeah, which that's a totally fair.
Which I look, feel, and act like a 14-year-old.
Right. But that doesn't make you 14.
Right.
Whereas, oh my God, so many people would have been like child molesting you then, if that's true.
Not recently.
Whereas, like, that's not what age means. Like,
yep.
So he's facing this really tough thing of being a certain age and not being able to date or like experiencing discrimination based on that. So what he's dealing with sucks. His resolution to that is not right.
Also, they really buried the lead on this. The last sentence of this story is he voiced the character Vladimir Trunkov in the Dutch language version of the Pixar film Cars 2.
What?
Yeah, he's one of the voices in the Dutch translation of Cars 2.
Huh. I wonder if he's getting age discriminated against for work too. Cars 3 is like, nope. We got to go with a younger, hotter guy.
A younger, hotter voice.
Yep.
And that's the news.
Awesome. Before we get into our topic, I have two things.
Before we get into vaginas.
Before we dive into vaginas.
I am terrified of this topic.
Oh, okay.
We're going to fuck it up. Neither of us have a vagina. I have some experience with one. It did not go well. I'm very scared. In fact, when we were driving back from Portland after the podcast festival, we were talking about what should this episode be about because we thought we were going to have to record it as a stopgap because we were going to be late on the other episode. We were rattling off ideas, and as soon as I think you said vaginas,
yep,
I made a face.
You made the face of I don't want to do this, which is the universal sign for us of we're doing it then. And then like that was just like I just looked at your face and was like, great. Your face says we're doing it.
Yep.
Why are you so scared?
I mean, part of it is I don't want to offend anybody. Again, like, we're not women. We don't have vaginas. Not that you have to be a woman to have a vagina.
Right.
And I think that as we've sort of outlined what we're going to do for this episode, there's a lot of misogyny involved in women and consequently female genitalia.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we are not trying to explain to women anything about their vaginas.
Also, I'm not a gynecologist. Just FYI.
Here's a surprise. I am.
Really?
Yeah. I went to gynecology school.
What university, Kyle?
The University of Cuntholes.
Wow.
How are we doing on really just education?
I mean, it only took us like 25 minutes to just have a see you next Tuesday. So,
what we're trying to approach this as is let's look at gay men and why they have this kind of misogyny towards women. And I'm part of the problem, or have been, and I'm working to change this behavior, but I have also been part of the problem and want to talk about that.
It's not just vaginas are gross. End of episode.
It's not.
Oh,
It is,
okay.
Well, I mean, it is the why is that a thing we say? Why is that a joke I've always used to make and now don't anymore? But but my two things. So first of all, we in our Facebook group.
Okay. I forgot we have one of the. I'm kidding.
We only mention it twice an episode.
Right.
So Sabian, who is a queer girl in her mid-20s from Europe, who was like, I don't know if I'm your target audience. And I think it's so fucking cool that women listen and have written in and been like, you should talk about lesbians more and have lesbians on, which I totally agree with. And we really want to do that.
Yeah.
But no, I think my hope is that this is not just gay men listening, and it's not just gay men listening. There are a variety of people trying to learn about these different topics.
Many members of my family listen.
Yep. And in fact, we've interviewed all of them. But she posted this amazing drawing of like redrew our Instagram pictures of Anthony.
Yep.
And
the one of you in front of the refrigerator with all of the lettuce hanging off of you.
Yep. And the one of you.
The one of me pouring the spaghetti on myself.
Yes. And I immediately noticed.
This girl is hungry.
Pasta, refrigerator, salad. I was very impressed. I really enjoyed that she made my hands look like very like strong.
Oh,
I
yeah,
liked
kind of
it.
menacing.
I enjoyed it very much. Maybe I could just choke myself. Drink.
I mean, if you ate all of that kale and spinach, you could like Popeye up. And,
Do you know that the reason that Popeye uses spinach is because they accidentally overstated by 10x the amount of like something that gives like something that gives you like strength in like spinach, so it's not really.
I did not know that, and it sounds like you barely do.
That's fine. That's fair. There's just a thing in spinach that like that makes you strong. Like
Iron?
yeah.
Great.
Yeah, iron, probably. Like, they just, like, a study overstated it, so everyone was like, oh, eat spinach and you'll be strong, and well, now we make Popeye, and then it's like, oh, wait, it's not actually that. It doesn't have that much iron. It doesn't actually help you that much.
God, I love his chicken.
Okay. I prefer the Colonel. Okay, but, Sabine, you can follow her Instagram at Sabi Draws, SABEEDRAWS.
And in all seriousness, it was touching. I really was so excited to get that drawing, and I think it's amazing.
It's so good. I'm very impressed. I looked at her Instagram. She has a lot of really cool drawings that she's done. So check that out. Number two. It's your birthday. It's your birthday week.
Go shorty. It's my birthday.
Go medium average height dude. It's almost your birthday. We're going to play games and drink like it's your birthday.
Yeah.
The white person edit.
Yeah. Yeah, we see. So we're recording this fairly late on Monday. So 48 hours? No. In 26 hours.
Holy shitbags.
In 26 hours, I will be 40.
How are you feeling about that?
You know, fine. Actually, I really am feeling fine about it. I thought I was going to be freaking out, and maybe I'm in denial. It might hit me later, but right now I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, doing me.
Yeah.
Like, mostly because life is getting better, which is good.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a really hard couple of years, which anybody who listens to the podcast definitely knows.
Except that one guy that was like,
Are you still married?
Are you married? I was like, oh no. I mean, I appreciate that. Like, people don't need to know all the facts of our lives, but it was like, no. The answer is no.
Are you proposing? Send dick pics. Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually in really good spirits. I think. Being
in good spirits is what they say about like grandma when she's in the hospital after she had a fall. They're like, she's in good spirits.
Yeah.
She's talking. Yeah. She ate a bite of Jell-O.
She's a good eater.
Just doing good.
All right, fine. You're right. I mean, I'm not excited about turning 40. But it seems like kind of a non-entity.
Yeah.
And I am worried I'm going to break a hip but that's fine. I figure if Ruth Bader Ginsburg can break a rib and get back to work at 108 or however old she is, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I think enough people have said to me that being in your 40s is awesome that I'm choosing to believe them.
Great.
Or I'm joining their giant group delusion.
Oh, yeah. Once you get into 40, everyone's like, okay, this is the real thing. Just keep telling. No, that's a big year. And especially like gay men being so catty about age. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you so
happy
much.
early birthday.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Enough about you. Let's talk about vaginas.
And we probably should have called my mom for this episode.
Oh.
Because it's my birthday and I came out of hers.
Yeah.
And hers has been sick lately or recently. But now it's better.
She posted an update
To the Facebook group.
Yeah. Is her vagina doing better?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to hear. Still sounds like it's a little sluggish.
Yeah, I guess.
A little bit of a homebody. But okay, so just to Mike, what has your interaction with a vagina been?
Oh God.
Oh, I wasn't expecting.
Oh God.
What have you done to it?
What have I done with vaginas?
Yeah.
All the things.
All the things. You've even pretended like a piece of paper was being faxed through it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Twice. I mean, having been married to a woman for many years, she had a vagina.
I
I had sex with it, all all of the things.
Do you mean it like your wife?
No, her vagina.
I know. It just sounded like I had sex with it. Sometimes I talk to it.
Now, I will say that she had the only vagina that I performed oral sex on, that I put my penis into. And really there were only 2 or 3 others that I put my fingers in. So I mean, it's pretty limited. I have a broad scope of knowledge about one specific vagina and a smattering of others.
I often, like, when people ask, have you ever had sex with a woman or get into that kind of topic, I always say I've licked one. Like, that's usually where I stop, which I have.
Was it a human vagina?
Before that, in high school, I dated a girl for maybe a year, something like that. And I tried to finger her, and I did so bad at it that I injured her. And she was like...
Okay, so let's compare fingering notes. Are you ready for this?
No. I didn't.
The first time I did that, I didn't know where it was.
Oh, no. I had no idea which, what, and who, and I just went...
I think I was like putting my finger in her urethra.
I have
mostly.
no idea.
Because she definitely like grabbed my wrist and like moved me way further down.
Oh, then I must have... Oh, no, I just remember all of a sudden she was like, her back spasmed, and she was like, you leave right now.
Oh my God.
It was very like upsetting, distressing moment where I was like, I touched it, I fucked up. But yeah, very limited experience with vaginas. And part of what I want to talk about is I feel like I've often gone to the easy jokes, especially with straight friends, where...
Straight male friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I kind of act like I don't know anything about sports, even though I do. I've done it on this podcast too. Just, I don't know. It's like an easy joke.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing with vaginas or used to talk about, ew, gross, or like, it just is easy to get a laugh out of freaking out about a vagina.
Yeah. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Look at the gay guy who's making a face because it's not his bag of tricks. Or whatever.
Not his bag of clits. So I've stopped that, I think, since we had the women from Pyramid 7 on talking about, the way the society views people with vaginas. And that was back in our episode about gender.
Is it
Zipporah and Michelle?
Yep.
Oh my God. Such a good memory. It's a good thing I'm known for my good memory on this podcast.
Yep.
And since then I was like, okay, that's really misogynistic and fucked up that I'm just like, vaginas are gross. So it's fine to have your interest in things. And in reality, it's not how I actually feel. Don't have any like strong desire to go there, but like,
is that an evolved position? Like, were you ever genuinely disgusted by vaginas?
no, I remember when I was
So it was an affectation the whole time. Like, it was invented disgust.
I think it's one of those things that I started doing, and then the more I did it, the more I believed myself, but it wasn't actually true,
Yeah, like
when I was
religion.
Oh, I was going to say like when I was straight. But I remember when I was a gay kid, which was all of my childhood. And at one point I downloaded this thing that was probably, what is it called? Ripped it or leaked it from the
Ripped and leaked. Come on now, verbs.
Verbs. What have you done to my sentence? It was just naked ass woman and just spread her legs open and was just completely shaven vagina, and she was just going through what everything was. I just had no idea.
Wow.
And so I remember
Everyone should watch that, probably.
oh my God, even if you're if you're a woman who hasn't explored your own vagina, or for anyone who has a vagina and has explored it, like that's
like
probably
that
good.
episode in Sex and the City when Charlotte is like taking a mirror downtown and
the
she's
very
like,
first time.
and she's like, I've never looked at my own vagina before.
Yeah. And all
Are
the other
you
women are like,
serious?
what? Yeah. But I mean, like, I've never taken a mirror to my asshole.
You haven't?
Have you?
Yeah. Whole bunch. Okay.
Is this like a daily thing? Just like a, check on your face, see if your clothes look right, just a quick check of the ass?
No, I've had medical butthole issues, and I want
me
to.
too.
I want to see what's going on.
Oh, I have a doctor see what's going on there.
Squat over a mirror. I'm checking that shit out.
Okay.
I also like to watch when I give blood. Like, I watch the needle go
Oh,
in.
I do that too.
Like, I was like, oh, there's like shit going on with me, and it'd be interesting to know what that looks like, because I definitely know what buttholes look like. How is mine different? Is my butthole even a little bit attractive? If you don't know what your butthole looks like, how do you know if you don't have like a weird butthole and people are afraid to tell you?
Well, because so many people fuck it, so it must be fine. Okay, here's one. I don't know specifically.
How did we start talking about buttholes on this episode about vaginas?
We're just talking about looking at your own stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Evaluating the stuff that people put things in just to see.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this bread box.
Is that a nickname for a butt?
No, you put bread in it. You put things in it, so we should talk about it on this episode.
I was like, that's a weird, gross euphemism for a butt.
I think my dishwasher is broken. I put things into it.
That's true. Your actual non-euphemistic dishwasher.
I'm getting a new one tomorrow.
Butt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they sell those at Costco? Because I'm going there to pick up a dishwasher.
Yeah, but you have to get a 12-pack. It's so annoying.
I just pack a butthole.
I just need the one, but it's so cheap. Like mine. Okay, so what? I don't know what I was saying. Something about I should look at my butthole.
Let's see. We were talking about Charlotte and Sex and the City.
But okay, vaginas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think. I was looking at vagina.
The point was you were looking at this video.
Yeah. So
but there are probably lots of women who also should watch that video because they've never
game. I think everyone should know more about vaginas. Vaginas, I think, are something in general that it's not just gay men. It is all men, all cis men. Like really, just don't want to hear about vaginas and. Just put the kibosh on that.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah?
I have some fraternity brothers that are obsessed with vaginas.
But do they...
They love them.
But do they love, just the part where they get to enjoy it? Or do they, actually know about things like periods and cycles and birth control and menopause and all of those?
Oh, I thought we were just talking, aesthetically. Like seeing them, looking at them.
I think we need to know more about... vaginas in general. I went on a trip with some of my best friends from college who are 3 incredibly smart, talented, beautiful women. They're the best. And for the first time ever, I was around a conversation. It was quick. It was 30 minutes. And they were talking about vaginas and birth control and periods.
Oh, wow.
And it was a super quick conversation. They just talked about the common things that they talk about with their female friends. And they know that they don't talk about that with men because men get grossed out. And I just learned so much of just the challenges that in going to work when you have a period, it's like if men got cramps, headaches, bloating, like all this shit, you know, like for a week,
there'd be a little blue pill for that.
There would
everything.
It would be free on the street, just like a Bible. Like it would be like there would be call into work periods and like with a bad case of the periods and
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, I think it's important that we learn more about it and become, me included, and become okay talking about them.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, I have some data if you're ready for it.
Data. By the way, Data on Star Trek The Next Generation has a fully functioning penis.
Huh.
And he put it in Tasha Yar's vagina.
Does he have fully functioning sperm?
No, he's an android. Get it together, Kyle.
Oh, like that's the most irrational thing on Star Trek. Also, like whose sperm would it be? Anyway, different episode.
Yeah.
Okay. But this we're talking about Data in the like numbers part.
Okay, great.
So,
is this a good time to get more beer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna cut about the last 2 minutes.
Yep. Okay. Data me.
I will. At the risk of you
Guessing.
being yourself
Okay, great.
and thinking about this, what percentage of gay men do you think have had sex with women in their entire life?
34%.
Go right to hell
Why?
with your 5 percentage points that you were off. It's 39%.
Oh, okay.
Good for you. So, like,
You thought it would be lower
yes.
because you haven't.
Not because I haven't. I think this speaks to the... Ew, we just touched feet. That was weird. I just think the way that gay men talk about vaginas, you'd think none of them have ever even heard of a vagina before. So
I do have a prediction.
What's that?
That percentage will go down over time. And that percentage will go down over time because as society becomes more accepting of gay people, there will be less of a reason for younger people to force themselves into gay men. There will be fewer gay men who have to, for heteronormative reasons, have sex with a vagina. Now, some will just out of experimentation.
I don't know that you... Okay.
Like, I don't think that's going to go to zero. I'm just saying I think that will go down, that some portion of that 39% is because they felt like they had to and they forced themselves to, and now I'm projecting because that's what I did.
Yeah, okay. Also...
Great.
I wasn't going to debate that. It was that you said had sex with a vagina, which feels very... Although it's like hard to say like had sex with a person with vagina is the way you would say it to be trans inclusive. That just sounds like a fucked vagina. Sounds like how a bro would talk.
Yeah.
My butt, I actually think
butt.
You're a butt. I think that...
Thank you for pausing for my beer opening.
I know, except I just another episode decided we were going to keep them all in. Okay, 5% of gay men said they had sex with a woman in the past 12 months. So that
5%.
Yes. So
like
that
Justin Michael Williams was telling us about hooking up with a woman.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He was sort of in the closet about it too. Like, can't tell his friends.
Yeah, or like the friends that he did talk to about it were like acted like he was Bigfoot.
Scandal.
That fucked a woman. So that does support your theory of like a lot of gay men have had sex with women, but not that many have had sex recently with a woman. Mm-hmm. I think that number will go up because I think more and more people are down with gender fluidity, not gender fluidity. I mean that too, but you know, sexual fluidity and doing whatever and not labeling it and being who you are. And so I think there's going to be in the future less judgment, especially from gay men around a gay man that has sex with a woman.
Yeah.
And just to throw out the numbers, this isn't necessarily what we're talking about, but lesbians were more likely than a gay man to have said they had sex with an opposite gender person, both in their life and in the past 12 months.
Okay. I'm assuming you mean exclusively lesbian. Like they
identify as lesbian.
Yeah. That seems, I wonder why that is. The answer I come up with is just patriarchy.
Yeah,
we raise women to be subservient to men and to give it up, and
and I think women tend to have a more fluid sexual orientation.
Yeah,
and something else that I was reading in this article said that sex is often defined by the man involved. Like we use the man as the definition for the sex. So
well, in virginity, we were talking about that it's, the act of penetration, because the penis is the thing that makes you not a virgin anymore when it goes in you. And that's like, woefully short-sighted.
Yeah. So that's the data.
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Thank you for thanking me.
How do you feel about the gay male culture tendency to refer to buttholes as boy pussies?
I hate it so much. It's so disgusting to me.
But it's around, right?
Not
like your man cunt. That's a term that I hear all the time to refer to a bottom's anus.
I don't. It's like there's some phrases people use that I just immediately am like, that is like boy pussy. Like I don't. It's a mixture of like, it's your ass, not a vagina. It's like you're calling him a boy, which is like, I think
being a bottom isn't feminine. It doesn't have to be.
I think it is. Like a lot of people that do that are in the more dom role, so they are trying to objectify the person because they want to be and like that, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, it's not for me. I think that is a misogynistic term. I once got a very bad reaction when I said, I have a vagina, it's just in the back. I thought that was funny. I didn't actually think, but the idea that we understand what people with vaginas go through is like, there's no comparison, of course.
Yeah.
I just have, I don't have that many places to put a dick.
Yeah.
I've tried them all.
Yeah.
What about you?
Similarly, I hate it. I think it's always very grating whenever I hear it. And then sometimes guys will throw that out there on Grindr or Scruff or whatever, and instant no. Block, swipe left, absolutely not.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm not that. Sometimes I can play along if needed. Depends on how hot they are.
Okay. If they're hot, I will try to educate them. So either way, we're not having sex.
On Grindr or
Either
Scruff?
way, we're not having sex, yeah.
This is the wrong place for education.
Like when guys on Grindr or Scruff say that they are clean to refer to the fact that they are HIV negative, I will absolutely give them a fucking rant every single time if they initiate contact with me.
How does that go over with either the boy pussy or the clean?
Poorly.
Yeah.
I've had sex with 0 of them, which was the point of being on that app. So
yeah. I wonder if any of them have like taken that to heart, and then like, even though they had a negative initial reaction, I wonder if anyone's thought about that later.
Like at the end of the movie, they realized that mean teacher was really just loving them and doing the best thing for them all along.
Yep. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, your parents hit you because you were the shitty one. Yeah, it's not their fault. It's what I learned from Precious.
Great. No. That's what I learned from my childhood.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I don't know if, like, maybe some of our gay listeners don't know this, but I'm pretty sure that our straight listeners don't, that this is a thing, like referring to the bottom's butt hole as a vagina is a thing that happens.
I mean,
or boy gash. That's in that the Boy is a Bottom song.
I've never heard boy gash.
Well, we can play the clip of that here, maybe.
You said we.
Or I'll do it.
The royal we.
I don't fucking care. Kyle will edit this and put it in.
Are you still big? This cause they're big. And on your back, that's my tongue big. Yeah, that's your boy gash. Into my drink stash.
The reason that is degrading, the reason they're using that is because being feminine is degrading. The same way that to degrade someone, they might call them a little bitch. Like, that's feminizing them, and feminization of anyone is supposedly degrading.
So at the risk of not being sex positive, and we try to be sex positive, we want to be, even if we don't understand it.
But we also want to be honest with how we're feeling, even if we... Yeah.
So is that okay? Like, in a dom-sub relationship, is feminizing the sub okay? Because it's ultimately misogynistic. It's ultimately based on patriarchal norms and ideals. So even though they might be into it and it doesn't hurt anybody, is it still moral or ethical?
Man, I love someone that's just like, you little fucking slut, I'm gonna slap you, bitch.
Yeah. But is it okay?
I mean, I'm cool with it. I think what you need to be careful of is that purely just in that sex play that you're saying those words, or does that represent a bigger viewpoint? Like, if you
don't think that it's hot because both of you believe that feminization is a lessening?
Oh, that's true. Like, what's the male version of bitch?
There's no such word because that's how sexist our language is.
Damn it.
Cuck, maybe?
Cuck?
Yeah, cuckolding.
Yeah, that's what... Oh, well, the idea that like cuckold is a degrading term for a man is also sex negative.
But like, isn't the traditional cuck thing like the dude with the bigger dick comes in and fucks my wife in front of me? And...
I don't think it's necessarily a bigger dick, but it's just a guy who wants someone else to come in and like watch someone else fuck their...
Well, my porn history would suggest otherwise.
You'd suggest it's always a giant dicked man that fucks his wife. I mean, if that's viewed as a negative thing, which I agree it is, that's super not sex positive.
I'm interested in knowing what our listeners think in a dom sub relationship. If you feminize the sub as part of the sex play because it's hot, is that ultimately bad, or is that ultimately a misogynistic statement or paradigm?
Yeah. It also, like, imagine someone being like, "Yeah, take it, you little idiot. Yeah, you're such a stupid head."
Well, I know that worthless is a thing that a lot of subs get into.
Yeah. You little B- student. I bet you watch Jeopardy. You're so boring. Yeah,
I don't know why I even let you near my dick, you worthless slime. Worm.
Little worm.
I'm real good at this.
Do the worm right now. 'Cause that's how we also need to be worm positive.
Did I tell you could touch yourself? Stop it.
Oh.
I just...
Mike, you don't know how many times you've accidentally given me a boner. An uncomfortable boner. I'm going to rename this podcast Uncomfortable Boners. Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about the gay guys.
Yeah.
And the bullshit of your butt is not a vagina. Stop it.
Yeah. It's not. Don't. I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I think you know what I want to talk about.
Pizza?
Pizza. So anti-woman. You can't put it in a vagina. I mean, you can. It's just very yeasty.
Yeah. No, like legit, you can't put food inside of a vagina.
I mean,
anything with sugar in it is going to feed the yeast, and they suffer from yeast infections, and that's not okay.
Oh.
Get your Vagisil out, kids, if you're going to try to put pizza in a vagina.
Oh, I'm going to talk about Gold Star gays.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck that noise. I'm a lead star gay.
But you probably shouldn't say that either. Okay. So, Gold Star gay...
It's owning it. It's saying, I don't give a fuck.
But, okay.
Your, like, precious metal rating system for what you've touched and haven't is horse shit, and I don't fucking care. I own it. I should get a big old heavy lead star and wear it on my shirt and have it drag my tits to the ground because it's so heavy.
Wow, such passion. Such fire.
Because it's dumb. I don't feel any regret whatsoever about the fact that I have had a long sexual history that involves vaginas. I honestly don't. In fact, okay. Quick aside.
Okay.
I have recently been watching a lot of porn with trans men in it, and I think it's hot as fuck. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
In trans male porn, do they fuck them in the vagina?
Often.
Okay, because for someone who has dysphoria around their genitals, I would think getting fucked in your vagina would cause more dysphoria. So
yeah, and a lot of trans men don't feel that dysphoria. They actually enjoy being penetrated, and they're secure in that. And I would never say that if you're like if being penetrated would make a person dysphoric, don't do it.
Yeah,
but and I can only go by what they say in the well-written dialogue of a porn. But if they enjoy being penetrated that way, and go for it. Fantastic, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, and actually, I think that makes it hotter because to me, that says that they're so comfortable with themselves. They're so secure in themselves. Like they have arrived as a man. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they have a vagina is totally irrelevant to them. Not irrelevant, but is
doesn't make them any less a man, any less masculine.
Right. Yeah. And they just kind of own it. And there's this confidence about that I think is very sexy. And I keep wondering, and maybe this is something our listeners can weigh in on, is the fact that I'm actively interested in dating a trans man or hooking up with a trans man. Is that okay? Because I don't want to fetishize them. I really don't. And I think vaginas are pretty great, and they have them, and they're a man, and that's fantastic.
It's like all of your. If only they could also be interested in very specific SAT vocabulary. You know, like you just have everything you need in one person.
Yeah, Star Trek men with vaginas. Call me
if you cosplay as Captain Luke Skywalker, then go ahead and give Mike a call.
No.
Captain Han Solo?
I hate you so much right now.
I have recently been watching a lot of bi porn, but I think that's because I like watching straight guys fucking.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's ladies in there, so I'm still down.
I feel like I'm unraveling the show. Am I unraveling the show?
I mean, no more than usual. No.
When you watch bi porn, is it because like you're down with the vaginas? Is that an interest point for you?
No, I mean, it's more about the dude. Like, I enjoy watching a dude fuck a woman. Like, she's definitely a part of it, but it's not the vagina. Like, I'm not like, yeah, I hope she has some big old tits and screams like a pig in a blanket. But she's like, you know, a part of the interest, so it's around both of them together.
Yep.
Okay, Gold Star Gay. To actually define this, if you don't know, Gold Star Gay is someone who has never had sex with a woman, and a Platinum Gay, even higher than that in the rating scale, is someone who was born by C-section, so they have actually never touched a vagina since birth.
I've heard Silver Star Gay also.
What's silver?
That maybe you've touched one.
Oh, but you
maybe
haven't
like maybe just like boop, like put a finger on it, but have not had sex with it. So like the Gold Star Gay is, yeah, I came out of a vagina, but that's the last contact that I had physically with one.
Right. So when I was looking this up, there are a lot of famous celebrities that tout being Gold Star Gays, like Andy Cohen, Anderson Cooper, Andrew Rannells.
Yep.
So that confirms my suspicion that Gold Star Gays is propagated by people whose names start with and.
Oh.
Think it through.
Okay. I was gonna go with famous bitches who are queenie, and
that's the other category. Yeah, there's two.
Yeah, I mean, I do think this is part of the culture that's changing. Like 10 years ago, being gay was, I think, a lot more of an anomaly or an enigma, and the culture was built so much on being different, and there was this sort of hierarchy that formed, and the culture is becoming aware that that's not okay. Go ahead. What?
Well, I mean, I think that originally to have a man to not have touched a vagina was like defying all expectations. So it was important to get that message out there.
Right.
And then unfortunately that turned into, and here's the big problem with this, is that you're stack ranking how good a person is or like what award they get for the least amount of touching of a vagina. So
or how gay are you?
Right. Yeah. So
which maybe is an extension of, if you felt excluded your whole life, then you need this feeling of, like, you get a feeling of superiority or belongingness that you get to hold on to.
That's true. Like people that, back to your point of like people that have had sex with a woman, married a woman because they felt they needed to, are also probably the people that passed, and the people that haven't and have not interacted with the vagina in any way. I'm starting to talk like vaginas, about vaginas like they're iPads, but like have not touchscreened a vagina. Like
portrait or landscape.
Does it help when you turn it landscape?
It does.
It does. Yeah. Then you just pretend like pinch and zoom. It really does wonders.
Double tap. Push the home button a lot. That's the clitoris.
Oh, I get it.
great.
Yeah, but you're right that like all these people that have felt excluded for that now have a thing that actually says you're okay if you haven't.
Or superior even, right? Like if society has told you that you are shit, you are lesser than, you are lower than, anything that you can do to make yourself feel superior, feel higher, I'm sure is very attractive or appealing. And this provides that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you're right that my best guess is that's why it was important and something good. And maybe not even good, but something we used in the past. But I agree that we have evolved to a place where that shouldn't be an evaluation of your quality. And in fact, that is very misogynistic to reward people who have not interacted with a vagina.
Like contact with a vagina somehow dirties you, sullies you.
Exactly. Like you could, win an Olympic gold medal for like not touching a vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like put a woman there and whoever runs away fastest like is going to get the gold.
Yep.
So that's, yeah.
By the way, Andy Cohen, he would run the fastest out of those three that you mentioned.
What?
I just think that.
Oh, Anderson Cooper. He's like,
No, his boyfriend is fucking jacked and hot as fuck.
Who's his boyfriend? Didn't they break up?
I don't know. Did they break up? I don't give a shit about celebrity news.
Yeah, same here. And another point that I was reading a bunch of articles about this, a lot of how we talk about genitals are also exclusionary of people who have non-standard genitals?
Genitals.
Genticles?
That gynecology degree is really working for you.
I'm sorry, the professional gynecological name is genticles. And if you don't know that, drink. So what I thought we might do right now, I think it's fine to have labels for different things.
Labias for different things.
It's fine to have labias for different things. It's fine to have labels for people that have not touched a vagina at all in their life. But
I call them sheltered.
Oh. Mike has laid down a challenge. If you're a gay man that has in the past categorized himself as platinum gay, give it a shot consensually.
That's right.
Or look at a video online.
Cash that platinum in. It is valuable, and you'll get a lot of money that you will then go pay a sex worker so that you can touch her vagina. What?
We moved away from the gold standard long ago. Like, the gay community needs to catch up. What's another? You call them sheltered. I was actually going to say, let's brainstorm other names that people can start using for people that have not touched a vagina. That has no judgment on the quality. They're not gold. They're not platinum. They're just just a name for it.
Bubble boy?
You sure? Yeah. Where you been living? Inside a bubble with that other boy. You could call them vaginos.
Vaginos?
No, I think a vagina-ho is like a gay man that like really loves vaginas.
Okay.
That's the other way. That's why vagino. Mm-hmm. Like vagina.
Got it. Whatever the opposite of Ellen is.
The direct diametric opposite of Ellen. Well, it's like Nelly, right?
Yeah, it is. That's fantastic.
Although that's a different thing. So it might be unclear if you introduce yourself as a Nelly. Maybe just like a
person of limited vaginal experience.
PLV.
A polvy.
A polv. I think POLVE. All right. There you have it, everyone. Instead of calling yourself a gold star gay, you have to introduce yourself as a polv.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm 40. I'm available. I'm not a polv.
I'm just barely not a polv.
Right.
Yeah. If you exclude my tongue and finger that broke a girl, I'm a polv. Do you have anything else?
Have you heard of penis envy?
Is that when you wish your dick was bigger?
Well, so penis envy is a theory that Freud came up with.
Oh, of course.
That because of our sort of cultural obsession with the phallus as the symbol of power, that a lot of girls, women, their psychology is rooted in anxiety about the fact that they don't have a penis.
Okay.
So, in feminist psychology, there's this idea that vagina envy can exist and is a thing, that there are men who suffer from vagina envy. Like somewhere deep in their subconscious, they wish they had a vagina and it affects their psychology.
Oh.
Even if they're not conscious of that desire, it's in there.
Can you be conscious? Because I am.
Yeah.
I'm consciously envious that I don't have a vagina.
Okay. I have masturbated to the idea of having a vagina
Really?
and having it put in me.
I have too, now that I think about it. When I was younger, I think this was part of my like view that you had to be, I still have envy of it, but I think, I haven't recently, but yeah, particularly when I was younger, I bet that's, Mike.
You have vagina envy real bad.
You cracked it. When I was just talking about the bi porn that I watch, not the bi porn. I feel bi watching it, but porn with a man and a female, I think I enjoy thinking I'm the female.
Like envisioning yourself as her, fantasizing that you were her.
Yeah, I didn't think about that because yes, I have also, more so when I was younger, because I could only imagine the only options were a man having sex with a woman. Masturbated to the idea of like getting fucked in the vagina.
Which is interesting because I love my penis. Like,
same.
Like I'm definitely cisgender. Like I am comfortable in my male body. I identify with it. But I think it's okay to also have these thoughts or feelings or ideas, and that doesn't detract from that.
Yeah, I actually wrestle with this a little bit of wishing that I had a vagina, but I do like my penis as well and use it often. But yeah, just there's something attractive about the idea of someone fucking you, not just in the ass, that's fun too, but like in the vagina. Yep. And I don't know if that is anything. I don't know what that means for gender identity, but even if it does mean anything, I'm so far on the spectrum of male that it's, it's not anything that I would take action on. Or
I think it would be easy to have that turn into anxiety about, am I trans?
Yeah.
Am I making any sense at all? Because I got very drunk.
As heard by the number of... No, I mean, the idea of like having there be a label on something and the fact that it's a thing and other people might have it, even if they are cis, like that actually helps the idea that... Also, I think penis envy, I think feminists are probably doing it from an advanced place of like understanding all the different feelings people have. It feels like when Freud had said penis envy, it comes from a misogynistic like, oh, all chicks wish they had a dick because dicks are great. Like that doesn't feel super like affirming and equality.
Sure. No, yeah, that's true. Okay. And I mean, Freud, for all of his contributions to psychology,
fucked up a lot of shit.
And that was like 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's you have to respect the context a little bit.
Okay.
So there's this book by no, not a book. There's an article.
What are books but very long articles?
Okay. Got it. An article by Eva Katay titled Rereading Freud on Femininity or Why Not Womb Envy. And she invented the coined the term womb envy or vagina envy, as it's also known. And there's this whole Brian Luke, of course it was a fucking dude, wrote a book, Brutal, Manhood and the Exploitation of Animals, and discusses 3 ways in which men who experience vagina envy may respond. So if you're not in touch with your vagina envy, if it's ways subconscious and is affecting your life in an anxious kind of a way, there are 3 ways that manifests itself. First, constructing a realm of exclusive male activity.
Oh, like I'm envious of vaginas, so I'm just not even going to be around one.
Yep.
This is exactly the same as my like hot guy envy. I'm like so annoyed by super hot guys because I'm envious of them that's why I've been like.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not going to associate with women because I somewhere in here wish I had a vagina and that makes me feel bad. So I'm going to get away from me.
Yeah.
So second, by revaluing, devaluing the functions specific to women and or magnifying the functions specific to men. So misogyny, classic misogyny.
Yeah.
And and then the third way is appropriation, taking control of female specific functions. And I think that's the most interesting to me.
What?
That vagina envy in that third category is about being as nurturing and motherly as possible. Like if I can't have a vagina, fine.
I'm gonna take care of this duck.
I'm gonna take care of the family. I'm gonna nurture. I'm going to adopt. I'm going to do as many motherly things as possible, which is actually one of the critiques of the whole concept of vagina envy, that it is not just about procreation, that some people have vaginas and they just want to fuck.
Yeah. Just because you have a vagina doesn't mean you have to be maternal or like.
Right.
But although like, I mean, I think the second and third categories could explain a lot of the things we're talking about, like calling something a boy pussy is I'm envious that I don't get to fuck a vagina.
Yeah.
I'm going to, or like maybe that person wants to feel like they have a vagina, so I'm going to assign that to them or push them away in that I'm going to label myself as a gold star gay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a lot can be explained with that theory.
It's like psychologists know what they're talking about.
It's almost like science helps. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
People that study things and know things
are smart.
They're smart.
Yeah.
We should listen to them.
I also want to mention that vaginas are awesome.
Okay.
So
this is Mike's Ode to a Vagina, part 1.
This is not a thing we talk about very much. And an asshole is a tight sphincter at the end of largely a unshapely tube. Like it's like a pastry bag. You've got like the filling, the goo is like the poo poo, and it has a thin nozzle at the end, and so the stimulation that you get from penetrating an anus really only comes from the end. I don't know if your experience is in topping, if that makes sense to you or not, but like it's largely just the butthole part is what stimulates you. The insides are, there's
like a whole nother chamber,
but that's like, it's like fucking a sock in a way, as opposed to having experienced both. A vagina is a muscle. It is the whole thing contracts around your penis the whole way in there.
So it's not just like one circle. It's like a whole line of circles that can all squeeze you.
Like two fists put together that can like contract at any time.
So like either the OK symbol for a butthole or like two fists in a row.
Yes. Yes. So in my humble opinion, and I'm not knocking anal sex, I think that, like you said earlier in the show, if that's the only options you have for taking a dick, that's the only options you have for taking a dick.
Yeah.
And vaginas sexually are amazing. Like, I think that's why I want to be with a trans guy.
Yeah. I mean, I do recognize that they are far more complex than I can even understand. It's like the like Neil deGrasse Tyson could like also now next study vaginas and just like
vaginas are string theory.
There's 32% of dark matter that we don't understand yet, but someday we hope to. Yeah, I've never thought about that. That's really interesting. Do you have anything else you want to say about vaginas? Let's all think long and deep about vaginas.
No, we've solved it.
Yeah. Gay men, we deem you no longer misogynistic. If you have listened to this episode, you're not misogynistic anymore.
I think the last thing that I would say is if you are that gay, and I know them, I have friends that have been this gay before. If you are that gay that says vaginas ew.
Yeah. Like I was. So no judgment. Like we get why and how it happens.
Really, really ask yourself what that's about.
Yep.
Because the human body is beautiful.
Yep. If you need an easy laugh, can I suggest farts? It's funny to everyone.
And they're gross.
They're gross. It's just fun to have a fart punctuation at the end of a sentence. It's just lean into fart jokes.
Yep. Great. Should we take a break?
Let's take a break. Vagina break.
Vagina break.
Vagina break. I've been on a vagina break since I started my life.
Been on a vagina break for 10 years.
And you're ready to get back in the game.
Yeah.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
Hey, what's going on, you variety-loving people? I'm Brandon,
And I'm Jordan.
and we are the hosts of the Secret Spice of Life podcast.
Our podcast was created to spread positivity in your everyday lives while encouraging others to follow their dreams.
We cover a variety of topics such as business, health and fitness, music, and much, much more.
Make sure to check us out on iTunes, Google Play Music, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Podbean for all of our episodes.
Thanks, and have a positive and productive day.
Are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We are going to do our gays and straightest.
We're going to do our gays and straightest, but first, our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We are on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, at Gayish Podcast or
Insta.
Didn't I say that?
I don't know. Twitter,
Instagram,
YouTube,
and Instagram at Gayish Podcast. And our group is Gayish Podcast / going backwards, Gayish Podcast / groups / Facebook .www. Drink.
Great. Our hotline, you can send us a text message or leave us a voicemail, is 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
And our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
Great.
I'm so surprised I got through the entire episode about vaginas without talking about cupcakes. Remakes of songs. I already used Cupcake as one of my straightest things, I think, but like she has these amazing videos on YouTube where I talked about one of them, but like redoes songs with the word vagina in it.
All around the world, vagina girls.
Or, whoa, caught in a vagina. It's incredible. I love it so. Anyway, that's not what we're here to say. Gays and straightest.
Yeah, let's do our Oh, wait. Before that. Our 100th episode is coming up. Please continue to send in your questions. If you want advice, Kyle and I are happy to give you advice. Send in your questions. If you have questions about us and our genitalia or our financials or...
At this point, how do you... we have released all of our tax returns, so there's no question.
We're happy to answer them. You send it in, we will answer it. Except... my penis. I'm not going to talk about my penis.
Yeah. I mean, you'll talk about your penis, but like not the... No measurements, I think is the... Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gays and straightest.
Yeah.
Who's first?
You.
Okay, great. So the straightest thing about me, we were in Portland, and as soon as our show was over, we had a posse of horny women that were hanging out with us.
Okay, I think you missed this part. So... this same woman, before we went on, came up and was like, touched my back and was like,
she was into you before she knew that you were not famous.
That I was very publicly not famous. Yeah. But she she was clearly flirty, and in my world, that means she was drunk.
Yeah.
And she was like
same thing if you're gay.
Exactly. And she was talking to me, and it somehow came up that like oh, I'm a performer. She's like, what's the show called? And I was like, Gayish. And I thought that would be the like, bitch, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Did not have any deterrent effects on her as I had hoped. And she continued to like stand uncomfortably close to me, talk to me, and it was like kind of rude during other.
She was feeling your biceps?
She didn't feel them. She just, this is then after hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Kyle.
Thanks for telling your story. Now it's about me.
Yeah, great.
Your gayest thing or straightest thing about me. And then she, after we came off stage, she told me I had a nice bicep, which actually, I don't care who you are. Please compliment me on things like that because it gives me so much self-esteem that I appreciate it. Anyway, you keep talking about you for just a little bit.
Oh, I mean, so we went on stage, then we came back, and we had this like we had a crew of like groupies.
Yeah,
they were hanging out.
Yeah,
and,
people.
That was very flattering.
That was really nice. We had, the people that worked there was very nice. The people that watched us were very sweet, and
So there were these two girls that were clearly wingmanning for each other, and clearly wanted to bang a gay guy, apparently.
Yeah.
And so they were talking, and whatever happened, that part doesn't matter. They were like, we're going to go into the other venue. We're going to go to the other stage because some friends of ours are doing their podcast. We'll be back. And this woman kissed me on the cheek and then licked my face. Fucking big old tongue swipe all the way up the side of my cheek.
How did it feel?
Wet.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Kind of slimy.
Okay.
Gratifying, but in a way that made me feel bad about myself.
Exact same description you would give to the vagina. I don't think what you didn't know is before that, her friend was hanging out when she was hanging out with us, and I don't know if you know this, Jack was there.
Yeah. Your boyfriend, Jack? Who is your boyfriend?
Yep. He's my boyfriend, and his name is Jack, and he's my boyfriend. He was there. And she like the girl that licked you walked away. This is before any licking. This was pre-licking. And her friend was like, to Jack, my boyfriend,
Who is your boyfriend?
He's my boyfriend. We've been dating. It's fine. I am not worried about it. But he is my boyfriend. She told Jack, oh, well, it's a good thing she didn't lick you. So we knew...
She was a licker.
We knew there was a chance.
And you didn't
of
think
licking.
to warn me.
We didn't think to like announce to our table of faggots, like, you may get a lady licking you.
I got licked on
It
the
happened.
face by a lady.
Yep.
And so the gayest thing about me this week, it's a tie.
Ooh.
The first thing is when we were at the Portland Podcast Festival, there was a podcast about beer, and you would think as much beer as I drink, I'd be listening. But there was this boy that was one of the people on the podcast with a purple shirt, fucking hot. God damn, he was smoking hot. He came up to our table later and said, you guys did really great. You were funny. My wife subscribed to you immediately.
She's bisexual, and we talked about some bisexual lady.
I was drunk enough that I said to him, I'm really sad that you're married.
And he did this little like,
He was like,
oh,
he did so good at
and
controlling
then kept
his...
going. Yeah, like he was just like, oh, okay, and then like kept talking, and like he did very good with it.
Yeah, he went from like shocked to flattered to confused to like escape mode.
All the stages of grief.
Exactly. But the other thing, I don't know if this is gayest or straightest actually, but I just really want to tell the story because it was extreme. I had a bunch of interviews today. I was all day in my little office doing like video conferencing with these different companies
At home. Yeah.
My very first one was at 10:30. I got up about 10, kind of moseyed around. I had some oatmeal and some Chobani, and I had a cup of coffee, and like started promptly at 10:30. At about 10:50, I got the holy crap, I need to crap feeling.
Yeah.
On camera talking to this person, I shit my pants. I just like soft serve ice cream. It started coming out, and I knew that they couldn't smell it or see anything. that I just needed to do my best. I needed an Oscar for my performance on this.
Just hiding
today.
that.
Yep, because I was just like I pinched it as hard as I could for as long as I could, and then that just wasn't enough.
I think
it just came out.
I think that's your straightest thing because I think gay people have stronger control over their sphincters. Or maybe it's your gayest thing because it's loosened up I don't know.
Never, ever, a very wise man once told me never trust a fart. And I thought, like I'm going to fart and I'm going to let a little bit out and then the pressure will go down and I'm buying myself 5-10 minutes by like letting a little air out.
Sure.
Not air.
No.
And like it was humiliating. Yeah. It was humiliating.
So here's what I've learned.
So of course I tell dozens of people that are listening to the podcast.
In the same episode where you're like, send us dick pics. I want to date a trans guy. Also, here's a thing about me. I believe that everyone has a shitting themselves story, and I've learned about it from people I've gotten to know really well.
Yep.
But I think that's one of those things people don't talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you've shit yourself. And if not, you're
gonna.
about to right now.
Let's get this reaction on camera. I was sitting in that chair that you're sitting in right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why did you? Today? Did you scrub?
I Febrezed it.
No! Sorry, I broke the controls. That's not enough.
Yes, I cleaned it. Jesus Christ, Kyle. Oh, you're out of the chair.
I've moved into a more comfortable position.
You're on your knees, just like you.
Way less chance of
just like
shit. Am I leaving this in when I edit?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. No,
I think it's amazing.
Okay. Now you might be too proud of this.
No, you're right. That is the straightest thing about me. Like, it is a straight guy thing to shit and be proud of it.
Yeah, true. And then tell everyone about it.
Totes.
Toast mask. Butch as fuck. Okay. I decided because
I totally cleaned the chair off. If you want to sit down, you're making me uncomfortable.
Oh no, I'm staying here.
Okay, great.
Now I'm more like a football player sitting around to do
Take
like
a knee.
prayer that I'm not allowed to technically do, so the coach leads while a player leads.
Why
it.
do you hate America, Kyle?
I know. I had to do this when I played football in Texas.
For the praying part?
Yeah, they're like, the coaches weren't allowed to lead it, so they'd pick someone to lead us in, I don't know, whatever fucking like divination or the worship of the holy Jesus. Amen.
Dear Lord,
prayer.
tiny baby Jesus, let us win this football game. You got nothing better to do. But make sure that we do.
This is the most important thing you're facing. No, it's like that one that I vaguely know the words because I would mouth them along. Dear Lord, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive those who trespass against us as we trespass against others. And I hope everything's cool with you, dude. Later, amen. Something to that effect. I got more of that right than you would have expected.
Surprisingly, like 85%, so it's great.
Only because I've repeated this time and time again. Okay.
Повторение матучения. It's a Russian proverb. Repetition is the mother of learning. Unless you're Kyle.
My band teacher used to say, practice makes permanent.
Ooh.
It doesn't make perfect. It's just, you're just going to like instate in your mind what you practice.
That's why you permanently take it in the butt.
You know, practice makes it just happens always. I'm decided to go back in time for mine because I some days just am a person and I don't think. Okay, so back in time a little bit when I bought my condo, put in what?
I thought you were going to say condom. I'm like
when I bought my first condom. I was like, what do I do with this? And then threw it away and never again. No, when I bought my condo, I built a custom, well, I didn't build it. I got a custom closet from the Container Store.
Okay.
And
like, did they came and like measured it or?
No, this might be a mix. I was going to say it's my gayest thing, but it might, I mean, like I measured it, but then I like built all the like organized. I was like, I want a rack here. I want a set of drawers here. I want 2 levels of.
Every time I go to IKEA, I come home and I am a straight guy for 4 hours while I put together this shit.
See, I think designing a closet space is kind of gay. So, but yeah, I did put it in myself.
Designing is one thing.
Constructing
Constructing is another.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go, and that's better than what I was. So my straightest thing is then building said closet because it was like a do-it-yourself kind of kit. And just like my dildo. And so I I hung all the things, put them all up, got frustrated, just like straight guys do when they're building stuff. Didn't ask anyone for help. And now it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably injured myself slightly, but didn't tell anyone or do anything to disinfect it.
So that's it. Special thank you, as always, to Charlie Finn for the use of our theme music.
And thank you to Vaginas of all shapes and sizes. You give this world so much, and we take so much and ask of it so little. No, we ask of it so much, and we take so little, and we give.
We appreciate.
We appreciate everything that leaks from you.
Without you, we wouldn't be here.
That's very true.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's ovaries and uteruses. The vagina, like, you don't need that. You can cut them out. Anyway,
thanks, Vaginas.
thank you to Alex, the guy who interviewed me, who, if he saw me shit myself, he didn't say anything.
You just saw, like, why did that guy wince a little bit for like 5 seconds? And then, yeah, thanks, Alex.
This has been Gayish. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See you next week.
See you next week.
Vagina girls.
And hear me as I will sing. Hey, and by the way, do you hear what your words bring? Oh, P.S. I'm gay-ish.
If you know any hot trans guys, send them my way.
All right.
No, not you, Kyle. It's listeners.
Oh. I was going to go ask all my friends if they had vaginas. So, but.
Really, we should. Just
Yes.
like on principle.
Yeah. It's just like, it's everyone. What we want you to know is it's the same as your gender pronouns. You should always say, hi, I'm Kyle, he, him, penis. You just, for equality, throw out your genitals as part of your introduction.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. That's not part of it.